Hi again, and welcome back to the Lead from the Heart Summit. I'm very excited to bring our next speaker on board for you, Julia Christine, and the title of her video is Life After Breath, Why a Breath Practice Makes a Difference in Our World. So tune in. She's a great gal. She has a lot of information to help you really connect and ground, get back in touch with yourself so that you can lead your best life that's possible for you. And she's just an absolute sweetheart. I hope you enjoy her presentation.
Hey, everybody. My name is Julia Christine, and I am the host of the Life After Breath podcast. I'm also a complete wellness coach. What that means to me is just a little bit of information about what is complete wellness. Well, complete wellness to me means that you have wellness in 5 different areas of your life, kind of the most important areas, and that is your physical wellness, which is obviously like nutrition and fitness and working out and taking care of your body. So you've got your physical wellness, your mental wellness, spiritual wellness, sexual wellness, and also your financial wellness. Those 5 things are pretty pivotal to having a happy and successful, well-lived life, right? So how you get there is through the trunk of your tree, which I believe is awareness. By being aware of the choices you're making and the decisions that you're making in those 5 different areas of your life, you will be able to make choices, excuse me, that will lead you towards your goals in life, towards your true desires, let's say. So often I feel like we are kind of kept in a box is really a good way to say it, based on societal issues, societal narratives, as well as generational narratives that are passed down from our mothers and from our grandmothers and from our religions and things like that. And so we forget to kind of think for ourselves. And so sometimes we have these beliefs. And when you get to a point where you are more aware of the choices that you're making, you can actually have a thought and be like, hold on a second, is that true? Do I really believe that? Is that my belief, or does that belief belong to my mother because she learned it from my grandmother? Or is that what society and the magazines tell me I need to look like, or what I need to eat in this next fad diet instead of what's actually nutritional for me and for my body and for my life? And I think that that's true even as simply as like asking yourself, do I really want this item that I'm about to blow $1,000 on? Do you know what I mean? Is it really something I need? Is it going to move me in the direction that I want to be moving in? And sometimes that answer is yes, even though it might not pursue us to our goals, and that's okay. So we're going to approach these questions and this awareness with a sense of curiosity of like, huh, is that true? Huh, there's no judgment in a huh, right? It's pure curiosity for the sake of exploration and finding out how we truly feel about something. And so, how do you strengthen that awareness? Well, I believe that the easiest way to strengthen what I call your awareness muscle is through breath. And so, the breath is like the roots of your tree through the breath work. And there is breath work, there are like physiological, there's so much science based on the changes it can make in your body. Literally biological, physiological changes can happen in your body by incorporating a breath work practice. Now, I need a quick disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to promote any of those things. So before doing any sort of intense breath work, I recommend consulting a doctor, because things like holding your breath for as long as possible could affect your heart if you have a heart condition, etc. So I'm going to leave that to you to figure out. That's not the kind of breath work we're going to be doing today. What I believe is necessary to build that awareness muscle is literally start with 3 minutes. I usually encourage people to do 7 to 10, but let's start with 3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes of your morning. And if you can start your morning out every morning like that, it will massively change your life for a number of reasons. First of all, you're going to be able to be in a place of connectivity to yourself. You connect to your inner being, you connect to your center. We can get into the spiritual aspects of that as well. I very much believe that by connecting to our inner being, that is actually connecting us to source or spirit or God, or fill in the blank with what works for you. And that is what we're connecting to when we pause to breathe. And that's why when we take just a few breaths, let alone a few minutes to breathe, we're almost overwhelmed by this sense of calm and by this sense of ease. And that's because you're connecting to that source. You're connecting to a higher power. And that's where calm and peace exists, and that's where it lives, right? So by connecting to that, kind of in the back, like backstage and behind the scenes, we are connecting to and building a relationship with our inner being and with our higher power and our higher selves, let's say. But what it does is it gives you clarity. It gives that calm that we were talking about. It gives you focus, and you can um, really kind of tackle your day in the most amazing way when you start your day off that way. So, quick little assignment if you choose to accept it. What I recommend doing, and I start all of my clients out this way, give me 3 minutes. Wake up 3 minutes earlier. And the first thing you do in the morning is open your eyes and say good morning to yourself. I say good morning, Julia, every morning. And then I usually look out the window. I have my drapes about a foot below the top so that I can see outside and see what the clouds look like, what the sky looks like. And even on gray days, like it has been this winter, looking out there and just saying, thank you for a beautiful new day. I'm so grateful for this day. And I know right away if I'm going to run outside or if I'm going to stay stay warm inside. But I can still be grateful for that day. And then it's like, ooh, I had such a good sleep. Thank you for like what an amazing sleep. And then, oh, my pajamas are so soft. This bed is so comfy. I make my bed. It looks so beautiful. I'm so grateful for my bedspread. I'm so glad I found this and it was on sale. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, the trajectory of my morning within the first 17 seconds of waking up is a positive one. It's a grateful one. I'm setting myself up for success. Go to the bathroom, grab a glass of water, sit your butt on the couch. Now, Julia, I just woke up. Why am I sitting down already? You'd think, going to sleep is that reset and we're starting everything over. But actually, what happens is, yeah, sure, you reset. You're not picking up the things from yesterday and pulling them into your new day, but you're a little groggy, you're a little fuzzy. You still have that like waking up thought process, a little slow moving. Well, by sitting down for 3 minutes and doing a little bit of this breath work, what you're going to do is you're going to finish those 3 minutes and be like, okay, I'm ready to start my day. We introduce clarity, a sense of calm, a sense of peace. And usually, a lot of times, people will say it just feels so relaxed. And it's like that feels so counterintuitive because we've just woken up from sleep. So we should be relaxed, right? But this extra few minutes, it relaxes you and it gets you going for your day. The chaoticness of what our weekly days tend to be come to a place of like, I'm going to start this day out with clarity. So that's how I incorporate and use breath work because it's starting me in the correct trajectory for my day, the best trajectory for my day. Now, again, behind the scenes, I'm connecting to my inner being. I'm connecting to my higher power. I'm also building my awareness muscle because by focusing for 3 minutes a day on what's happening while I breathe, whether or not the air is cooler on the way in than the way out, what parts of my body are moving when I'm breathing, all of a sudden I'm focusing on very specific things and I am more aware of what's happening in my body. As you do this, and it's not going to happen the first time, but as you do this, you start to carry that awareness with you throughout your day so that all of a sudden you're driving down the street and you're like, oh my God, that is the most beautiful tree I've ever seen. And I've lived in this neighborhood for 15 years. How am I just seeing that for the first time? Because you're becoming more aware. You start to notice things. You start to become more grateful for the things that are all around you that you like, wow, I love that color blue. That's actually gratitude. Acknowledging something that you like or that you're appreciative of is gratitude. And you can go deeper with that gratitude as well. And you can't, you can, I say you can't, very is a strong proclamation, but it's very difficult to stay in like an unhappy place when you're being grateful for something. It's very difficult to not be happy when you start out in gratitude. So, the other thing that is a really good thing when you start to get in the habit of breathing, of taking a few breaths, when later on in the day, when things start to get crazy, let's say you're in a meeting and you're being confronted by your boss or by something and things are happening and you're starting to stress out and you start to feel this also comes with awareness. You start to feel your heart racing or like you're heating up or you're breathing faster all of a sudden, your body is reacting to what's going on. You know, all of a sudden, that if I take a few breaths and find that calm and find that clarity, I'll be able to respond to what's happening in this meeting rather than react to it and be angry and be stressed out or whatever that is. And so, what you do is you just pause and you take a few breaths. You get that angry email, and before pushing reply, you push yourself away from your desk and you take 3 deep breaths. Better if you can change your environment, go for a walk around the building, go grab yourself a glass of water. speaking of water, this is something that is a quick trick if you're in like a board meeting or something where the things are getting heated up, or maybe they've asked you a question that you're not totally comfortable with answering. Nobody's People might look at you funny if you stop and start breathing, right? But nobody's going to question you if you unscrew your bottle of water, take a quick sip, 10 seconds go by, put the water back on. Nobody's going to question if you need a drink of water. So during that drink of water, breathe a little bit. Pretend to be drinking the water. Focus on how the water feels in your mouth. Focus on what happens when you swallow. And by shifting your focus to these more mundane things like breath work, like breathing, like taking a drink of water, you're going to find that clarity, that peace, and you're going to be able to respond instead of react. That all ties back to the awareness and taking that throughout your day. So when we come back to the morning, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I do, and we'll kind of go through a little bit of this with you. And so what that is you're going to we're just going to start with some clarifying breaths. They're also called relaxing breaths, and it's just simply breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. I highly recommend trying to make your exhale just a little bit longer than your inhale. And the reason for that is because scientifically, by exhaling a little bit longer, your body feels at ease. It makes your body and your mind believe that you are safe. And you are. This is definitely a safe space. So then those are the like beginning breaths. And then we're just going to resume our normal breathing in and out through our nostrils. I'll have you repeat some things, breathing in, breathing out, because what that does is it focuses us on the now. By doing this breath work, we are staying present right here, right now. We're not thinking of our to-do list. We're not thinking about what might happen. And you'll find that when you start to fall into anxiety or depression by thinking about the past or any of those things, if you can take some breaths and think to yourself, right now, I'm taking a deep breath in. Right now, I'm breathing out. Right now and right now. And all of a sudden, you're living moment to moment instead of thinking about the future or remembering the past. There's no room for that because you're only here in the present. And that's what we're going to do with our breath. If there's time, we're going to do something called box breathing, which is simply breathing in for 4 counts through your nostrils, holding for 4 counts, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. So see how it makes a little square? And that's why we call it box breathing. This is good for a whole bunch of different reasons that I'm not going to get into right now, but it is really, really good for your body. Again, there are physiological results from doing this type of breath work. So check that out. You can Google that. And yeah, it's all great information to have. So let's get started. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And if you're driving, or well, I guess you wouldn't. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. If you're listening to this like audio only, but you're welcome to breathe with us. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just cast your eyes down so that you're like looking at your nose, the bridge of your nose or your lips or something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and just start a little bit of music. Hopefully it's not too loud, just so that we can find a relaxing space. Go ahead and put your feet flat on the ground if you can. Round your shoulders back and sit up as straight as possible. We're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, breathing in, and let that all go, breathing out. Again, breathing in and out. As you breathe in, imagine crystal clear air entering your nostrils and out. Do that again. That crystal clear air is going to swoop through your body and it's going to take anything out on that exhale that doesn't belong in like a gray vapor. Can you visualize that? Crystal clear air coming through, nice and clean. And then we're going to just get rid of anything that doesn't belong in a gray vapor, tension, stress, all of it out. One more time, breathing in. And just let it all go, breathing out. Fantastic. Let's resume our normal breathing, just in and out through your nostrils, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Great job. Keep going. And as you breathe, you're welcome to continue repeating that to yourself, breathing in and breathing out. Keep your focus on those words and keep breathing. Now, if your mind wanders, That's okay. That's absolutely normal. Means your brain's working properly, so it's kind of a good thing. But here's the thing, you get to have control over that. So remind yourself, thank you for reminding me of those things on my to-do list. But I'm breathing right now. This time is for me. Breathing in and breathing out. Re-put your focus on those words. No judgment. There's no right or wrong. Just breathing. Just focusing on the breath. And as we do, consider those questions I asked before. What does the air feel like as it enters your nostrils? Is it cooler on the way in than it is on the way out? Can you feel the air hitting the back of your throat? What parts of your body move when you breathe? Is it just your lungs expanding and contracting? Or is your stomach expanding and contracting as well? Are your shoulders moving? What's happening? Pay attention. What's moving? Now we're going to shift our focus just a little bit. Maybe what we're hearing, aside from the music and my voice, we might notice some nearby sounds, maybe the air conditioner or a refrigerator, children in the next room. And then what about some faraway sounds? Maybe an airplane in the sky or a siren going by. Notice that you don't have to strain to hear those things, that the sound comes right to you, that there's no good sounds or bad sounds. They're just sounds. And as they kind of combine nearby and far away, it's almost like it's a soundtrack for this little breathing session. It's on in the background. We don't have to pay attention to it. We hear it, but it's not distracting us from what we're doing. And we can put our focus back on that breath, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. Keep going. If you can, imagine yourself sitting on a riverbank and you're watching the stream flow by. Maybe it's fall or there's just leaves in the river. So you're watching the leaves float by. So kind of like our thoughts floating by in our mind. Sometimes one of the leaves is really pretty. It's got an interesting shape, so we pick it up and we look at it, and then we realize, hold up, I'm supposed to be just observing right now, just breathing. So we put the leaf back down and watch it float away. Just like our thoughts, they're going to come, and that's okay. We're going to let them pass by on the river. Keep breathing. Let's go ahead and try some box breathing. So on the count, we're going to count for 4. You can count at your own pace, but I'm going to count you off in the beginning. We're going to start with that inhale. We're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. And inhale, keep counting, and hold, and exhale, and hold. Go ahead and focus on those numbers and keep breathing. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathing in. Last time. Good job. When you finish that box, resume your normal breathing in and out through your nostrils. And we're going to wrap up in one of my favorite ways, and that is continue breathing and visualize yourself sitting right in front of you. That's you. We're going to start by opening up our heart, and almost like I'm dating myself, a Care Bear stare, shoot a beam of love from your heart into your heart, and watch as it fills up like a well so that it's overflowing and it can't help but come right back to you so that your own heart fills up with love that overflows and can be sent to everyone you know. And as their hearts fill and overflow, they'll send it to everyone they know. And all of a sudden, we've wrapped the world with love just by loving ourselves. In your mind, repeat after me. I am safe. I am here now. I am enough. I am worthy. I am worthy of the love that I give others. I am worthy of taking the time that I need to prep for my day. I am worthy. I am strong. I am capable. I am freaking amazing. And whatever comes my way, I remember that I am not alone and that all is well. Let's breathe together one last time, breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, open your eyes. I'm very curious to know how you feel. Before you get up and run around, just pay attention. How do you feel? What was that experience like for you? I hope that you found some peace and some calm, and I hope you can take it with you through your day. And remember those things that we said at the end. You are worthy, you are enough, and all is well. Thank you so much. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.